Being called Gilchrist and Gilchrist and everything.
Okay. So I didn't do too badly, huh?
No, it's quite good.
Awesome. So, Jack Gilchrist, welcome to Coffee and Conversations with Champions. It's the powerlifting edition. So late and also out for sushi. I thought we were starting an hour later, so I do apologize. So I just grabbed a jacket and jumped onto camera. So I'm looking like Don Johnson. Right. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
So I'm Jack. I'm 25 and I've been competing for I think it's about 2.5 years now. Um, my first competition was like a local one, and then my
Yeah.
second competition was actually the 2022 Commonwealths in Auckland.
Okay, sure.
So
That
yeah,
quite a trip.
yeah, um, yeah. I just kind of got on the powerlifting really from just I enjoyed playing rugby for years,
Right.
and then when I left school, I kind of stopped playing rugby and kept up just with the weights, and then I slowly found myself like enjoying more of the heavy lifting side of things, and I did some reading around powerlifting, and then just started to program myself really.
Right. Brilliant.
And
How
yeah,
did you get into your first competition? What got you?
so
What sort of made you want to compete?
I was always interested in powerlifting, and I always used to watch like the old lifting vault videos of like Russ Ori and a
Yeah.
few other like English guys. So I always liked the idea of it, and I was always just wanting to do it, but I never had the confidence to do it. And then just one day, I went up the Reform, a powerlifting gym I train at, and
Yep.
I got talking to a couple who I'd known from like a few years previous, and they kept like talking to me and talking me into it. And I was like, oh no, I'll keep putting it off. And then like one day, I was like, you know what? If not now, I'll never do it. So I just kind of threw myself into it at about 6 weeks ish of training, and
Right.
straight into my first comp. I hadn't a
Sure.
clue about the commands and all that sort of stuff. I was kind of like just briefed like a week out, like this is what you have to do, and then like all the kit and all. So yeah, I just kind of threw myself into it because I kept putting it off for so long.
What was that first competition like for you? How did it feel? Oh, have you got everything? Have you got me on the audio? Everything okay?
Yeah, I've got you there now. I don't know why it froze there.
Okay. All right. So, what was your first comp like? Walk us through it. How did it feel?
So it was close enough to my house. The
That's all
guy,
right.
so I didn't know about handlers or anything like that either. So thankfully, I
Yep.
didn't have much traveling involved. But a guy who I met in the gym like maybe 3 weeks prior, Trevor, him and I are good friends now. But he was like, "Look, I'll handle you." I had no idea you had to have a handler.
Right.
So first comp, I remember going out for my first squat, and I had never squatted so deep in my life. Like I usually squat quite deep, but in this one, my backside touched the ground, and I
Really?
just remember seeing like the MC on the video, like just losing his mind at it, and the whole crowd like gasping, and I was like, right, okay, that's the first thing done. Let's just go out and enjoy ourselves now. Because
Right.
initially I thought all you had to do was just get one squat in. It didn't matter about bench or deadlifts. I didn't realize till after you had to get an opener on all three lifts.
Yes. Okay.
So
Sure.
yeah, I ended up hitting PBs on all my lifts that day. And then
Brilliant.
Trevor was like, "Yeah, if you pull this second or this opening deadlift, you've got like second or third in your first comp." And I was like, "Sure, let's go for it."
Yeah.
So yeah, my first comp I came third. Um,
Hang on.
it was just a good day
You
out.
know, we have a tradition. Brilliant. That's fantastic. That's awesome.
So then after that, I had people saying, "Oh, like you could be going to the Commonwealths," and I kind of laughed, like, I've done one
Yeah.
competition. Surely there's people better than me because I was still a junior at that point.
Yeah.
And then I got an email, like, I think it was a few months later saying, like, you've been selected. And, like, I always refreshed my emails that whole night to make sure, like, if I was
Yeah.
getting an invite or not. And then I got one and I lost my mind. And I was, like, ringing everyone in my family, like, I'm going to New Zealand and all this. And then,
Sure.
yeah, it was a crazy feeling.
That absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, it's quite a lot of pressure for a new athlete to have that one comp and then go to New Zealand. How do you work with a team? What do you need to do? What do you take? How did you sort all of that out?
Oh, so, like, that was still a massive learning curve for me. It was, like, a matter of still trying to structure in training while traveling. So I was like kind of panicking, like I haven't trained in like 6 days now. Am I actually gonna be able to go out and hit numbers in need? It was also quite interesting going up against like because it was my second competition. I'm like, okay, I'm up against some proper big hitters now,
Yeah.
and I remember just seeing like a bunch of lads like who were also juniors like lifting massive weight, and I was like, all right, it'll take me a few years, but maybe I'll get to this point again. But it was amazing to see like the best each country had to offer, and like no, I was included in that. Like, all right, I kind of have like a bit of fighting chance here to place well. I
Right.
think in that competition, I placed seventh out of 14, which I was
Okay.
happy enough with because I was like, I think it was about six, no, it was about 5 kilos between me and fourth. So it was a really tight fight for everyone. And
Right.
I think in that competition as well, I came away with a new junior record for Northern Ireland in the
Sure.
deadlifts,
Brilliant.
which was nice to have as well.
What was it like having the Northern Ireland team around you in terms of helping you, the handling, the warm up, all of that support, even on the way out?
Also, in the way like prior, like building up to that,
Yeah.
everyone in the gym was like really supported me. In fact, they all actually got me a card. I don't know if it's still here somewhere, but I know I have it. But like everyone in the gym had signed it, and it was such a special moment to
That's
have like
very
the
cool.
whole gym behind me, and like my
Yeah.
family and friends, like people, just everyone commenting or sharing. And then like getting over there, it was just another level again. Going into the warm up room, and you're seeing like each sort of nation in their own little corner,
Yep.
and it's quite cool to see, get like all the little camps set up. And it was also quite interesting to have like I think I had like three handlers that day,
Right.
which is also like a new experience to me because I'm just used to having the one guy. And I
Yep.
remember like going out for my second deadlift or so, and as I was in the queue to go out, there was just a bunch of other nations, especially the Canadians, who were all just standing there with their arms folded, like taking notes and everything. And I was like, this is like the top level stuff.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
it's
You
just
see so much at the back with the coaching, right? With what's happening with these world class coaches.
yeah, it was same again. In November past there, I did the World Unis with the
Okay.
British University team, and that was just another like step up coaching wise. Like it was four, so there's two lifters, and we had two handlers per coach, or sorry,
Mm.
per lifter.
The lifter. Yep.
And the amount of work these guys put in, like backstage, like writing down every little small detail they can, and it just people like don't realize like how much goes into it backstage. Like it's you have to go out and lift it, but the guys calling the numbers have to be like on their game.
Yeah.
And I think that's always like impressive to me. Is like the coaches really know their stuff.
The prep work that goes into it before the competition, the research, the studying, the spying, because you know it's absolutely phenomenal. You know the details they're watching for. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, it's crazy. We actually have most of our coaches are now doing that as well. We have
Yeah,
like guys texting every day, like, "What have you done this week? What are you comfortable with doing? This is what I think. What do you like think?" And it's just building that whole profile.
absolutely for sure. Yeah, very very special. So now, after Commonwealth, what was sort of and uni? What was the journey sort of up until where we are now?
So I competed in November there at
Mm-hmm.
the World Uni, and then I competed again in December, like a
Sure.
local competition, just because it was like a fun one. It was like top 10. And then after that, I competed March and April. So it's been like a really compact few comps.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure if I was going to get selected or not just because there was a lot of heavy hitters coming into the 105s now. So I was
Yeah.
like, I did March and I wasn't too happy with my performance. So I was like, I'm going to go again in May if I can get like cement what I want. So it's been a crazy few months getting to it. But getting like that, that email saying you've been selected, it's still one of the best feelings you can get. And you
Absolutely.
get about 6, 7 months of just solid training, no interruptions, just put the head down and work.
And get the work done. Well, again, we have to do this for this one. Very cool. So, how has the prep been going? I actually want to go back a little bit. What was it like for your family and friends when they found out you'd been selected for Commonwealth?
They still can't believe it. Like I always look back. I still have everything hanging up from New Zealand, and it'll be the same after South Africa. Like it's just such a
Yeah,
nice memory to look back on, and like my family love like talking about it. My work colleagues love asking me questions. It's everyone loves talking about it, and my mom loves like she's
yeah.
actually got on the part list now as well, and
Ah,
she's like, oh, I could go
excellent.
with you next time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we have to go out and do a local meet then.
Oh, that's
So
all.
that's the next step. Try to get my mum into it.
Sure. I mean, what's that going to be like for you competing with your mom at a comp? I mean, that's got to be very
That'll be good
special.
fun.
Ha- ha-
I'm still trying to push her to it. She's done like an in-house competition just to give her
right.
like the experience of the platform. So I'm slowly trying to push her towards a proper meet, but
That's
we're not
phenomenal.
successful just yet. But we're trying.
You'll get it. You'll get it done. I'm not too worried. With the selection now for Commonwealth, have to ask, what was it like getting the kit?
Oh, the kid's amazing. Like for the last 2 years, I've been hounding certain people in the committee, like, oh, so are we going to get a kit now, or any
Yeah.
chance of us getting something?
You can
And then
mention
I
names.
think,
That's not. You can bring up names. It's not a problem.
oh yeah, I was torturing Ricky Mullen nonstop about getting a singlet. Text me every other day. So I've just seen Scotland have released a kit, and Wales have released a kit now,
Yeah.
and England's going to be getting one. There's one more nation left here. What's going on? And he
Yeah.
just kept, teasing me.
Two, yeah, two more. You don't forget Isle of Man. So,
Yeah. Oh, man, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I remember just seeing the Scottish one, and I was like, okay, right, we're bound to be getting one soon. And then before I competed in May, like that morning, I forgot why I didn't. He goes, "Oh, here, wait to see this," and showed me a quick wee glance at his phone of the singlet, and I was like,
oh,
right, I have to perform well today to get that.
yeah,
So yeah, the kit's class. I love it. I've always wanted an SPD kit.
that's very
So
cool. What is the what is sort of the kit with Northern Ireland on it mean to you? You know, Commonwealth is very special because it's you're getting to represent your country, not just part
yeah,
of GB.
but the I feel like it means just as much as GB. Like getting that sort
Mm,
of entry level comp for people, not entry level, but it's
yeah,
people's first international, and it gives them that taster, like what they could get for GB. And for me, like getting GB is one of my big goals, and this is just
yeah,
another stepping stone towards it. Like I felt really proud getting the NI kit, so it's like with a
yes.
GB kit, I can only imagine what it'll be like.
And you need
But
that, like you need both, right? I mean, that's sort of
yeah,
the
you
balance.
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
I feel like
And oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it's a stepping stone. And it's just like
Mm,
gradual process. Get one kit, let's go to the next. Just keep building that next level up.
yeah, absolutely. And you're going to be in the back with all the coaches, right? So it's a great
Yeah,
opportunity to chat, to network, to show what you've got. And
yeah.
speaking of being in the back with all the coaches, anything you can sort of chat about in terms of plans for Sun City, or are we keeping that under wraps for now?
Uh, I can probably talk. I know it's gonna be a tight class, so it's just gonna be do what's smart, and then we'll see what we need coming into the end. It's
Right.
gonna be very tight in 105s. I
Yeah.
think actually on the prelim nominations there was three of us with the same total at
Okay.
third. Now it's
Yeah.
dropped to two of us with someone else, another like NI lifter at 741. So like it's going to be a tight fight.
A proper fight of note. It's going to be epic. Again, on
Yeah,
that point, who's bringing the most noise out of GB? So England, you
GG.
guys, Wales, Scotland. Who's going to make the most noise?
Uh, I like to think us. We've got a big bunch now.
Yeah.
Back in New Zealand, we had a really small team. I think it was maybe like 15, 20 lifters. Now it's like it is the biggest NI team I think we've ever sent out. A
Right.
lot of good characters in it, a lot of noisy characters. So I think it'd be us.
Excellent. Good. And I'm the announcer, and I have a decibel meter on my watch. So we're going to
Oh,
be
okay. Yeah, we're gonna have
checking.
to get NI going loud.
Absolutely. Want to get good readings for the most noise. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, with over 1,000 lifters, with the two competitions running concurrently, it's going to be a very, very special event. Anything you're looking forward to doing at Sun City? Anything you want to try?
Well, I've recently got big into my photography, and my
Ah,
girlfriend's also competing on the same day, and I've been hounding her, telling her, "Look, we're doing multiple safaris, whether you like it or not. We're getting up
yeah, yeah.
stupid o'clock in the morning. We're going out." and then she's trying to convince me to do cage diving with the sharks down in Cape Town.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we'll do two safaris, and I'll go hop in the ocean with the sharks.
So are you guys going to Cape Town afterwards for a bit of a break?
Yeah, I think we're going down there for about 5 days, I think.
Okay,
But
brilliant.
we'll still spend a week in Sun City.
Okay, we'll chat at Sun City, and I'll give you some pointers for Cape Town. It's a good place.
Good,
My
that's what we need.
my yeah, I was going to say my hometown. That's where I grew up. So very very special. The shark diving is kind of cool, but there's a lot of awesome stuff like the penguins, Boulders Beach,
Yeah,
going up the pipe track along the pipe track, which is magnificent. Along the it's sort of the bottom just below the rock faces on the 12 Apostles above Camps Bay all the way along. Then you've got India Fenced if you like hiking, or Plattekloof Gorge to go up Table Mountain. You can hike up Lion's Head. It's pretty easy to do, and the photo opportunities are phenomenal. You're going to love the light in Cape Town because it's
yeah,
very soft. It's very special. Your photos are epic. That's why they shoot the majority of adverts in South Africa. They'll shoot them in Cape Town, and a lot of international adverts as well. The food's off the hook. Mojo Market is
yeah.
absolutely phenomenal. So it's like a whole bunch of food halls together. There's live band. It's one of the best places in the world to watch rugby. And
Oh,
just it's like if you just imagine like a giant food hall, and then with
yeah.
restaurants all around it, an absolute blast. You're right by the beachfront. It's a lot of fun. Good place to go. So some good
We did
places in
see
Cape
a
Town. Yep.
we did see a place called is it Old Biscuit Mill?
Yeah, Old Biscuit
It
Mill, very
yeah.
good.
The treats
Absolutely.
and out good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I was talking
absolutely.
about going to there
Yeah.
and Boulders Beach to the Penguins. That's just, I've been handing on with Boulders Beach as well. So we're gonna make a day trip and just try and get as much as done.
Yeah. Are you going to hire a car?
Well, we were either going to book a private tour because I've
Okay.
got friends flying to Cape Town next week, and they've got like little itinerary set up
Okay.
where they get like
Brilliant.
quite a lot done in one
Yeah.
day. So we might do that, or just the hop
Awesome.
on, hop off buses.
Yeah. The hop on, hop off buses are epic. And sometimes
Yeah,
you have so much fun, you just do the same route again and again. So, because there was a place in Hout Bay that does really good ice cream. Oh, listen, just between us, all right, you have to go to Hout Bay to fish on the rocks. Okay,
yeah,
you can get there with a hop on hop off bus. I'm telling you this now, and I know this is South Africa. It's going to be the best fish and chips you've ever eaten in your life, or even the prawns. Or the fish and chips is world class. It's unbelievable. And what I love about it, it's the locals that work in the harbour that are coming for their fish and chips, and it's billionaire tourists in their Bentleys that are coming for the fish and
yeah,
chips. So it's like powerlifting. It's for anybody at every shape, every size. You get your fish and chips and you sit on the tables and chairs on the water's edge, watching the boats coming in and out of the harbour in Hout Bay. It is phenomenal. You have to give that a
yeah.
go.
That's fine. So
All right.
we need to like sit down one day and get like a whole list because we haven't had time to do that yet, just
All right.
between training and working and all the life responsibilities. So we've got
100%.
two flights worth to sit and talk about things and try and
Yeah.
work out day plans.
Also, happy to sort of run through that stuff with you as well. In South Africans, we're very proud of our country. We like to show off, but I think it's also the more info you have about a place, the more comfortable you are to go.
Yeah,
No. So a couple of questions on the powerlifting. I'm missing Cape Town. I'm actually there on the 16th of next month of October. I think no 17th. Yeah, going down for a friend of mine from school. It's quite a cool function for his son. So going to go hang out and spend some time and eat a lot of food. So
right.
what? Couple of questions. What does powerlifting mean to you?
Oh, a lot. Years ago, I was quite ill. I was like rushed to hospital, and
Okay.
if I hadn't got like hospital that weekend, I most likely would have died.
Oh,
I was
wow.
later diagnosed with diabetes, but
Okay.
there's one day I remember sitting in the ICU unit where I had lost a lot of weight and I
Hmm.
couldn't like look after myself. Like I had a lot of muscle wastage, and I had like family members like holding a sandwich for me to eat,
Sure.
and I just like remember that moment. I was like, I don't want to be this weak again. So
Yeah.
that's when I started hitting the gym like heavily and just really going at it. And then just as I got older, I got to put on a bit more weight, got a bit more stronger. And for me, it's just like appreciating my body when I'm healthy. Like
Right. Yeah.
somewhere when I was in hospital, I just wanted to get out and like walk and do something. So I just always remembering that there's someone in a situation who would give anything to get out and do what we can do.
Yeah.
So to me, always appreciate life and get out and do
Sure.
things while I can and still have my body in a functioning state.
100%. That's a very, very profound, beautiful, and important message. Sure, Jack. Thank you. It is because
Yeah.
it's sometimes we have our ability to move and train taken away from us, and
hmm
we never want to waste those opportunities again when they come. That's
Exactly. It's just get
awesome.
out and appreciate my body and just
Yeah.
do things while I can. Because one day I'll miss it and regret it and do certain things.
Yeah. Well, the beautiful thing is you can stay in powerlifting forever, and
Yeah.
you just keep smashing targets as you go, which is kind of cool.
M1, M2, M3.
Yep.
Keep going.
And yeah, and then when you get to M4, you start smashing the M3, M2, and M1 records, and you're telling the
Yeah.
open lifters, "I'm coming for you," and they're like, "What the hell?"
Up to like Tony Cliff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Then, what is your favorite thing about powerlifting?
The sense of community, like the amount
Mm.
of friends I've made, like not just locally but like internationally as well through powerlifting is crazy. Like I've got friends in New Zealand now who are like very strong guys, and I talk to them on a regular basis. I got friends in Mexico. I've got
Cool.
more mates in America. I've recently just met. I was on holiday and I was in a gym and these lads saw me SPD belt. Like, oh, you're a powerlifter, and I saw them in their the ins
Or
or knee
Titan.
sleeves. So we got
Okay. Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
away and we're just now we're all good mates on social medias and we're all just
Sure.
seeing each other's training. So like the amount of friends you make like locally and just internationally through this sport